Hey, you guys, welcome back to Storytime from my bedroom. Storytime from my bedroom. We are still in jail week. So, this is the last story that I have about a jail situation. So, before we get started on the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and click the bell for notifications and give the videos a thumbs up, and also leave comments or anything like that you want to. You guys, it's almost 11 o'clock here. I got a late at night. So I got a late start tonight, a very late start. So this is the last thing I'm going to do before I go to bed. So here we are. Now, this particular story happened. Let me explain this first. I am on time, can't get my words together, on time person. If something starts at 9 o'clock and you get there at 9, to me, in my mind, that is considered late. If you're 10 minutes early, you're on time. But if you're on the exact time, you're late. I'm not a procrastinator. I don't like people that procrastinate. I can't flow like that. So, and that is because of an experience that I had, which if I wouldn't have procrastinated, I wouldn't have went to jail. So here's the story. Guys, I was at Bible class. I was coming from Bible class, and so the devil was waiting for me to get out of Bible class. So I'm driving home from Bible class, and where I lived at was like in the hood, and the Bible class, the church was in the hood too. And so there was always, there was a lot of drug stuff that went on in that area. So there was always cops patrolling. They're just doing their job, whatever. So I got pulled over. And the reason why the police officer pulled me over was because on the back of my car, there's a bulb by the what do you call it, license plate. And one of the bulbs was out. First of all, who checks the back of a bulb? Who checks the back of their license plate to make sure that the little bulbs that's under there is, working properly? If anything, you check the back lights or you check the headlights. And most time you don't even know your headlight out until somebody flashed the light at you out or flash their headlights and say, hey, your headlight is out, or somebody notices it. So what happened was, prior to that, I had to go to court for, I think it was like a ticket or something. I did not show up for the court date. I don't know if I forgot the court date. I don't know what the situation was, but I didn't show up. So therefore, a capias was put out on me. By the time I realized later on that day that I was supposed to be at court that day, I already knew they put a capias on me, because whenever you don't show up for court, there's a capias on you. But so what I did was I called down to the Justice Center here in Hamilton, Cincinnati. And they said the only thing that you got to do is call another number to set up another court date. And I'm like, okay. And it was like, and then once you set that court date up with them over the phone, they'll go ahead and take the capias out of the system. And I'm like, okay then. So I hung up with them. I don't know what I was doing, what had happened. All I know was I didn't call that phone number. So after I knew the place had closed at a certain time, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm just going to call them tomorrow and do it that way, and then get the capias lifted. The police pulled me over on Liberty Street. Anybody live in Ohio know Liberty Street. Liberty and Central Parkway. They pulled me over because of my little light bulb being out on the license plate. So I'm like, are you freaking serious? This is why you're pulling me over. So give me your name and license, registration, all of that. They run it through. Guess what? I got a capias. On me. So they say, man, we need you to get out the car. For what, pray tell? I knew what I was getting out for. And I was thinking in my mind, they're going to get me for this capias. But I'm thinking they just going to give me like another court date. And they was like, you got a capias on you for your arrest. I said, oh yeah, I forgot to go to court, yada, yada, yada. Can I get another court date? You can't make no court date with us. You got to call down there to the place. Woo, woo, woo. So put your hands behind your back. Oh, wait a minute now. Put your hands behind my back for what? So they was like, lock your car up and everything. It's okay for you to park it here. It wasn't going to get towed. And I'm like, are you serious? He was like, I'm like, for real? He was like, yeah, put your hands behind your back. He was like, just make your hands like you're praying behind. And I said, oh, I know this is the devil. I said, I told him, I said, I've never prayed like this before. I pray like this with the hands in the front. I ain't never prayed with my hands in the back. So he put the cuffs on me. So by this time, y'all, they call a paddy wagon. Was he in a paddy wagon? No, they called one of those paddy wagons. So this big, huge metal human transporting box of a vehicle comes to pick me up. I'm like, are you serious? In the back of my mind, I thought, girl, take off running. But then when I thought about it, girl, you know that left knee gonna give out on you as soon as you try to go over this hill. That knee gonna buckle, and you gonna be in more trouble than just you with your little ticket that you had. So they put me in this paddy wagon thing, and on one side was guys, and on the other side was females. So I'm over there. I'm the only female over there. Y'all, the seat is like this metal seat coming from the wall. It was kind of dark in there, but it was like a little light bulb in there. My big butt is trying to sit on this seat, but I'm slightly falling off because it didn't extend out a whole lot. There was a seat on one side, a seat on the other side, and then this big metal divider because I could hear the guys all talking over there. I'm like, oh, this must have been pickup guy day. Hey, y'all was on the road just picking up the males. What you picking me up for? I'm the only female over here. Let's go on here and go with the majority and let the minority go. I'm going home. I'm going to call y'all tomorrow or whatever. So they put me in there. They're driving us around. Ain't no seat belts. Why y'all ain't getting no tickets? Because I can't buckle up for safety. So I'm kind of sliding around. I'm like, oh my God, how did I go from Bible class to being booked? Bible class and booked. So I had my arms behind there. So I'm thinking, I'm watching all these shows, y'all. And I'm sitting there thinking like, I ought to wiggle my way out of these handcuffs. I done watched enough criminal shows to know how to do it. So I'm wiggling. Look at my little arms. My arms are short, y'all. So I'm wiggling my wrist like this, trying to think I can get it out of the handcuff. But if I'd have got out the handcuff, y'all, I can't run because the door is locked. So I'm sitting up there while I'm wiggling and doing it is making it tighter. It's by this time, my wrist is hurting because he didn't put them on that tight. My wrist is hurting. My shoulder hurts because I don't put my arms behind my back like that. And I'm like, oh, this is some uncomfortable bull crap. So I'm like, okay then, well, where is they going? Can we just go down to the Justice Center so we could take these things off? Now, I'm on Lynn and Central Parkway. Justice Center is on Sycamore. It really ain't that far. It's like a 5 to 6 minute ride. They must have just rode around random neighborhoods looking for vagrants and other people or more men to pick up, because they must have took the scenic route. Because I'm thinking, why aren't we there yet? It took us about 20 minutes. So I'm 20 minutes riding in the back of this big metal human transport meat box with this thing, these handcuffs on my arms. Is super tight, and I'm like, let me out of this freaking truck. So we finally get to the Justice Center. I guess they open up some big gate and they take the whole big van inside of there. They open up my side first. So they open up my side. They come on down. Well, y'all need to help me because first of all, my arms are swollen. I can't get down. This is like a high little, you got the little step and then you got to step all the way down. So I get down. They take us on the inside. Y'all, they booked me. They took the handcuffs off. My arms are stiff. And I'm like, how in the world did I get here? So they took my little fingerprints. We did a little fingerprint roll and all this little stuff. I said, I'm in real life jail right now. I ain't going to be here long, but I'm still in jail right now. And so we go in, and then there's this woman officer, and she's like, do you have any weapons? Da, 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 da. Girl, I got the word of the Lord. I got a sword in the spirit. That's all I got. I ain't got no daggone weapons. What you asked me I got some weapons for? The man that arrested me should have asked me if I got some weapons. And you should have talked to him and he'd have told you, nah, I ain't got none. And if I do got some weapons on me, how am I going to get the weapons when you done lock my hands up behind my back? So it really don't matter. So she was like, okay, put your hands, what did she say? Put your hands on the wall or something. And I'm like, oh, for real? So this what we do? So I put my hands on the wall and she's patting me down. And then, y'all, this was where I was mortified. So she goes, so you have anything in your bra? I'm thinking my titty, but I got two weapons in there. Honey, this, she flips my bra up and my boob said, "Kadong." I said, "Well, wait a minute here. Honey, I felt violated. Is this what molestation feels like? Honey, I got 4 children. I done been with several men, y'all. Not to be funny, but I've never in my life had my boobs flipped out of a bra. I done had passionate nights before, but I've never had them flipped at such force like this. I don't even think my boobs was ready because all you heard was plonk. It was like this. I said, "Girl, what time you get out? Because I will mother loving fight you." She just, I said, "What the ham and cheese? Who is this chick? She act like me and my titties, and my titties had problems in the past, and she was upset." I've never in my life been mishandled like that. Now, I done been mishandled before, but not to this degree. She didn't get no warning. She ain't say, "I'm going to lift your brow." It's just like, wham, like she just do this on the record. I said, "Well, look at here, sis. Next time, give me a warning. I've been molested. Can I speak to a counselor or something? Honey, I've been sodomized. This is horrible." And then she was like, "Okay, move down this way." And I'm like, "Well, sis, I can't put my boobs back up." Do you know how crazy the front of me look when your bra is up here, but your boobs is down here? It just looked like a big flopping pillow sitting there. I said, "Honey, just stick me in a cell, honey. Give me a metal cup where I can clank and sing some jail song." Sis was raw. She had a whole attitude. Who is your supervisor? Honey, because you need to do people a little bit better than this. I didn't do nothing. I just came for Bible classes, whatever. So they put me in the little cell thing. I'm sitting there like, I can't believe I'm here. So I'm like, I know you get a phone call because I've seen it on TV where they give you a free phone call. So they said you can make a phone call after a while. But it was a pay phone. And I'm like, bruh. And they took my regular cell phone. So you know how you really don't remember people's numbers because you got them programmed in. So who did I end up calling? I think I may have called my kid's dad and like, "I'm locked up," or something like that, or whatever it was. Child, I reached out to somebody. I called somebody. It didn't work or whatever. It didn't get me out. So then eventually, a couple of hours later, now mind you, this was Bible class. If you ever been to a Saved and Sanctified Bible class, it started at 7, but you ain't getting out to about 10 o'clock. So by the time they done rolled us around the mulberry bush and finally dropped us prisoners off, it had to be about 11:30. Because they take forever when you get their driver's license. They go run your name through. And so by the time they finally let me out and said, "Hey, you can call down here to make your appointment, to come back to court," and blah, blah, blah. I was like, "I told dude that on Liberty Street. So why you got to bring me down here to tell me the same thing and then you're going to let me go?" So they was like, "Just call them, make your arrangements, blah, 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 and you'll be fine." And I'm like, "Oh, okay then." And they was like, "Do you need a bus token?" Y'all, I like to lost it. It had to be about 2 something in the morning. And you gonna ask me, do I want a bus token? Ain't no buses running, bruh. I told him, "Yeah, give me a bus token." That person handed me that bus. I snatched it out their hand. I didn't need that bus token for nothing, y'all. For nothing. I think I did call my kid's dad because he was at home with the kids, but he didn't pick up the phone. Because normally he'll just go to bed because he knows she at Bible class. She going to stay there for a long time where I ain't worried about her. I'm going to go to sleep. I may have called Tracy. Tracy, if you watch this video, put down in the comments if I called you. Honey, I was calling somebody for help, and y'all wasn't there for me in my time of need. So I'm going to have to deal with that issue right there. So y'all, let me pause there. My last name, at the time, my last name used to be Woodard. And so the church that I went to, I was the second assistant pastor at the church. So the second assistant pastor down here done got booked on some bull crap, on some bull la la. And they used to call me Woodard. They just be like, hey, Woodard, Sister Pastor Woodard, or they would just say Woodard. I had to walk home, you guys, from the Justice Center, and I had to walk all the way to Mohawk and Clotter. If you don't live in Cincinnati, that's a long haul at 2 something in the morning. Now, my pastor and another lady, another trustee from the church, used to live on Walnut. The way that I had to get home, I had to go past Walnut. So I'm praying, please let me go past Walnut Street real fast. I pray to God ain't none of the saints looking out the window and see me out at 2, 3 in the morning walking. I don't want these people thinking I'm on the hoe stroll. Like, oh, Sister Pastor, she making money on the side because she on the hoe stroll. I'm a woman of God. What I'm doing outside 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Except I'm at the club or some old stuff like that. And you know, the church that we was in, they like to spread rumors. So if you were seen outside 3, 4 in the morning, oh, I seen her outside 3, 4 in the morning up on Walnut Street. Honey, it's scandal. Just a scandal. So I said, let me walk real fast past Walnut Street because I'm going to cut through all these streets so nobody will see me. So I got past my pastor house. So here's my pastor house. They live in a townhome. The sister, the trustee at the church, lived about 3 or 4 buildings down, but she lived in a high rise. Y'all, I was going past her place. I'm walking fast, heated, mad because he ain't answer the phone, so you ain't come pick me up. I gotta walk home. This is crazy. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and it's 3 something in the morning, and it's just downright dangerous. Point blank, period. I'm walking past her house, and I hear something. That's mine. She live on 3rd floor. I hear somebody say, what did... I said, oh my God. Who is you, Pearl Shade from 227? Why is you in the window at 2, 3 in the morning? Is you on the house road? What is you doing? So I'm still walking, trying to act like I heard. She was like, Woodard. I look. I said, hey, sis. She was like, what is you doing out here? I said, I'm trying to get home. Where your car at? I said, it's parked. You want me to call a cab? And I'm thinking, no, because I ain't got no money. And I know you ain't got no money neither. Because the church always taking up my offering. And I took all our money. So I was like, girl, now. And I was like, what you doing in the window? She said, I don't know. The Lord got me up and had me look out the window. And here I see you. I said, girl, the Lord ain't told you to get up and come see me. She said, you sure you don't want me to call your cab? I said, girl, I'm fine. I'm about to be home a little bit. She was like, all right. Well, call me when you get home. I said, okay then, girl. Y'all, I had to walk all the way home from the jailhouse, y'all. I fixed my booze before I left because I wasn't going to be out there in them streets at no 3, 4 in the morning and looking like this. They'd have really thought I was out there just slanging stuff. Honey, so I get home, I get in the house, I let him have it. I think he put his phone on night mode or something. Any other night, it's okay to have it on night mode, I guess. You know what? It wasn't his fault. I was pissed about the whole situation. And because he didn't answer the phone and I had to walk home and I can't go off on the cops because they'll beat me with a billy club, you know. Then I figure I'll take it out on you because you're the most likely victim and you ain't gonna do nothing to me. Y'all, I called the next day, made my appointment for the ticket, made my other court date for the ticket. And after that, I do not procrastinate. Because if I would have been about my business and handled that situation, then I never would have got locked up. Never would have got locked up. So now I'm almost anal about it. About being on time, not procrastinating, and handling your business. I don't care if I have to write something down in my phone on that notepad thing that's on iPhone. I would do that to make sure I do not forget. I'm a stickler for that. Because me not handling my business got me locked up. And it was just a phone call. Y'all, I done told my jail stories. I don't got no more jail stories, so we're going to have to do a different series next week. I know some of y'all done been locked up. If you want to share it, let me know. And let me know if if you got out, if your hands got swole, or did you get violated like I did. But that's the story for the day, you guys. Thanks so much for rocking with me, for listening to these stories. I go back sometime during the week and listen to the story. I'm like, girl, you stupid. And be talking about myself. But we will be back next week again from Storytime from my bedroom. Once again, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. Oh, I'm going to have a story with me and Baron next week. Lord, I done did Tracy so wrong, but I'm going to have a story about me and Baron and his shenanigan where he thought he was just going to lightweight rob me, y'all. Was trying to rob me as a teenager. Honey, we'll talk about it on Monday. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel, clicking the bell for notifications, and go ahead and like the video. Share the video if you want to. All right, you have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday with another story time from my bedroom. Peace.